Hi everybody, Amazing Atheist here. This video goes out to a good friend of mine. Maybe not a good friend yet, but at least a friend. Her name is... what the fuck is that? I got some white shit on my shirt. Oh well. Her name is Callie Lasher. She's a model, an actress, poet, porn star, all kinds of shit. She's a multi-talented girl. Also happens to be, in my opinion, one of the hottest girls in the fucking world. Just perfect by my standards, almost. Damn near perfect. I can only think of a handful of girls that I think are hotter. And only maybe one or two that tie her here on YouTube. She's got this problem with the government, kind of. And I'm not, I was talking the other day, and we were shooting back and forth ideas, and I was talking about stuff that I think she should do for her new website that's coming out. She's building an adult website for her work, and I was shooting back some ideas with her. Telling her, the kind of, I was, throwing some crazy shit at her, like, you should fucking cover yourself in animal blood and have, like, a fucking meat cleaver and be chopping fucking chunks of meat up, and, we should have one where you're tied in a straitjacket, and then, you're in a padded room, but it's like a titless, crotchless straitjacket, and then the nurse comes in and gives you your injection, and then you're on an exam table being molested by, like, doctors and shit. And she's like, oh, no, you can't do things where force is implied in the U.S. I'm like, what? Yeah, you can. You can do that shit. You can have a fucking implied force. It's fucking America, land of the free, wave the fucking flag. You can do whatever the fuck you want. As long as it happens between consenting adults, you can fucking do that. And I started looking up the law, trying to find what the laws are on simulated rape, simulated forced sex, or simulated sex acts that involves, non-consent. Simulated is the key word here. Not real non-consensual acts, simulated non-consensual acts. And I couldn't find anything definitive one way or the other. But apparently her director is constantly being harassed by the FBI for things he does. He shoots models that are 18 and 19 years old, and they try to get him on child pornography, trying to prove that the models aren't that age. He's done like bondage stuff, and they've come after him with rape charges and shit like that, apparently. What are the laws on that? I've been Googling it for hours, and I can't figure it out. So if anyone knows what the laws are on simulated rape and pornography, let me know, because I'd like to know that. If we don't have that freedom anymore, then that's like a major fucking blow to me. And we all know where the fucking blame lies. And it's something I've been meaning to talk about for a while. And that's these fucking goddamn feminists. Yes, I'm an atheist, and I'm going to attack feminism. I know it's usually conservative Christians who say things like, they undermine family values. Fuck family values, I don't give a shit about that. What bothers me is feminists go after porn, feminists go after prostitution, feminists have created all these really fucking weird guidelines in our society. Like, did you know that, and this doesn't, by the way, this video does not go out to all feminists, alright? I know there's some feminists out there that are completely reasonable. I've talked to plenty that just want equal rights, and that's fine. This is not about them. This is about these crazy bitches. You'll see those of you for whom this video applies will know who you are when I start talking about you. The first thing I want to talk about is a lot of states, apparently, have instituted this policy where female firefighters have to lift lighter dummies during training. me repeat that, because I think you need to listen to it twice. Female firefighters, during training, get to lift lighter dummies. Yeah, because if you show up to a fire, the female firefighters, are only going to rescue the light people. What's most insulting about this is that before these fire departments started implementing these policies, there were plenty of female firefighters, and they were ones that had really struggled to be equal. They had fought for that position of equality amongst the male firefighters, and all of a sudden these laws come along and cheapen everything they've accomplished by just saying, oh yeah, you guys only have to lift 150-pound dummies, not the 200-pound dummies. Frankly, I think they should all have to lift 320-pound dummies. But that's just me. It's ridiculous. And the same thing goes for Army training. Female soldiers, they get less strenuous training. Not only that, but after training is completed, they're assigned to less dangerous missions. If you're going to be a soldier, gender shouldn't even be part of it. You should all have to meet the same criteria. That's what equality means. Another thing I'd like to take on is this maternity leave shit. Women taking months and months off their jobs because they had a baby. Like, that was something you had no control over. There's no way a man would get off work for any month, for multiple months because of something. If we had, some period of our lives where, our dicks, shoot electricity for, 3 months, there's no way we'd just get off work for that. You're fired, basically. You can't have the head of your financial department leaving for fucking 3 or 4 months because she has to fucking pamper some kid. That's her fucking deal. There's plenty of options. We got birth control. We got abortion. We got ways to fucking deal with this shit. If you don't want a kid, don't fucking have one. If you can't fucking leave work. I'm not saying that companies should automatically just say, fuck you. I'm just saying that that shouldn't be some kind of obligation on your company's part to give you maternity leave. Fuck that shit. You have control over you want reproductive rights? That comes with reproductive consequences. Seems to me like if you want a privilege, you have to also have consequences to go with that. And, you can't just expect your company to give you fucking 3 or 4 months off. Especially not if you're in a position, a vital position of the company. If you're the head of finance, the head of accounting, the head of advertising, if you're the head of anything for that matter, you can't just leave for fucking 4 months to take care of some fucking kid, sometimes longer. You had a choice in the matter. The kid wasn't fucking forced upon you unless you were raped, I guess. Domestic abuse. This is another thing I want to talk about. And I'm going to provide some statistics there or there. I don't know. I have no idea what to the right of wherever I am. It'll be to the right of me. And I guess that probably be this way. If not, I look like a douchebag once again. Basically, most of you will probably be surprised by this, but there are there are nearly as many instances of men being abused by their girlfriends and wives as there are to the contrary. And yet, men go to jail almost twice as much. It's really fucking bizarre. It's just really fucking strange. Once again, it seems like equality is not so much the issue as they want. It just seems like it's one of those things where a group of people is striving for equality in some places and then superiority in others. It seems like they want all the old benefits of being housewives, but they don't have to actually be housewives anymore. If we're going to have a society of equals, then let's be fucking equal. And let's fucking have co-ed showers. No more boys and girls locker rooms, alright? I know that sounds crazy to you Americans, but you know what? They do that in a lot of fucking countries. You know, there's this one bitch that's always talking to me. I think I think it's like Finland or some fucking shit where they have, you know, co-ed, you know, like at camps and stuff, they have co-ed, you know, cabins and fucking co-ed showers and all this stuff, and the rape rate is like fucking 1% or some shit, whereas here it's like 20%. I don't know the exact statistics. Maybe I'll put those up there too. Probably not, because I'm lazy, but I'll find them if anyone really fucking gives a shit. But that's really not here nor there. The thing is that and you know, there's other things that fucking bother me here. The stance on prostitution is so fucking hypocritical. It's basically it's almost, it seems to me like it's counter women's rights. It's saying, you know, you don't have the right to do this job. You should be a doctor or a lawyer or something respectable, something that we feel reflects positively on us. That's such bullshit. You know, a lot of the girls who are prostitutes, first of all, are too stupid to do anything else. A lot of them don't want to do anything else. A lot of them, that is the job that they want in life. There are plenty of girls who want to be prostitutes, who choose that, who could be those other things, but choose to be prostitutes. I know that's hard for you to fucking grasp, because it's such a maligned position in our society. But you know what? It shouldn't be. It should be a position of veneration. That is one of the most admirable professions in existence. Not only that, the early women's rights movements was very, very open to prostitution. It embraced prostitutes. Prostitutes were some of the primary members of the initial female rights movements, the right to vote. They were the big movers and shakers. No pun intended. It wasn't until women got the right to vote that they decided they needed some new issues. And they turned on the prostitutes and the sex workers. It's so insulting to these women who work in the sex industry, and it is an industry. It is called the world's oldest profession for a reason. They fulfill a vital social function, whether you fucking prudes want to admit it or not. And I think that they deserve the utmost respect and admiration. I hold them in the highest fucking regard. You know, if you, you know, doctors, lawyers, to me, those people are fucking scum, alright? I know doctors and lawyers. I think they're fucking scumbags. You can give me a fucking prostitute or a porn star any day of the week, and there is a fucking person with integrity. There's a person with some fucking understanding of what he or she wants in the world. And you know, obviously some of them are fucking dumb as dirt. Some of them really do get coerced into it. But you know, we focus on those stories to the exclusion of plenty of people who do it because it's what they want to do in life. And I know that there's tons of them like that because I've known tons of them like that. And they are some of the brightest fucking people I've ever met, because usually people who are very sexual are also very philosophical, I've found. The Marquis de Sade is a good example. You know, anyone who's read the Marquis de Sade knows, and who's read Nietzsche, knows that a lot of what Nietzsche said, he stole from Marquis de Sade. If you have never read Dialogue Between a Priest and a Dying Man by the Marquis de Sade, you should go fucking read that. You can find it online. I'll give you a link to that for sure. Great fucking work of philosophy. I guess it was a novella. It's really short, though. I would say it's really more like a short story. Just fucking brilliant. One of the best pre-Darwin arguments against God. Obviously, a lot of it no longer applies because it uses science from the I believe the 17th century. It could be the 16th. It could be before that. I really have no idea of history. I mean, I know a lot about history, but I don't really know the chronology that well because dates and times don't really stick with me very well. But obviously the science is archaic at this point, but the arguments constructed are so fucking beautiful. Anyway, veering off topic. It's so insulting that the feminist movement decries these women because they feel, you know, it's such fucking elitist garbage, is what it is. You know, it's like, you know, it's like when a rich fucking person like me looks down on like garbage men and stuff, like, ooh, you reflect poorly on me, ooh, you fucking stinky garbage man. You know, that's basically what they're doing with these fucking professors of women's, you know, studies or whatever at these schools who decry pornography, who decry prostitution. That's basically the same thing they're doing. Oh, you're a prostitute. You're a pornographer. Ugh, you're beneath me. You are beneath my contempt. Ugh. You know, it's because of this male-driven culture. You know, and it just seems to me like there's a lot of instances out there where feminism doesn't really give a shit about women's rights. It seems like they're a lot more interested in promoting, here's an interesting thing I noticed. You know, this is one of the videos, I didn't know much about feminism. This is something I learned about because I was trying to research these rape laws, and it started getting me linked up to feminist sites, and I started reading on feminist websites, like things like where they have like things on their sites where they're like, where they mock, you know, court decisions where the father gets rights over the mother. Like, the mother is always the best parent. There's never been an instance where the father has ever been the best for the child, and they totally mock that. They fucking rage against it. And these are, like, mainstream feminist sites. These are not, like, fringe groups. I mean, I type feminism, and, you know, I go to the first few links on Google, and this is the kind of shit I find. And I find ties to socialism. I find sites that encourage women to become lesbians. I'm like, homosexuality, I mean, for gay men, they always say it's genetic, it's genetic, it's genetic. But for lesbians, they really want to make it a choice. They really want this to be a choice that women are encouraged to make. It seemed to me, just from reading the material on some of these sites. And I encourage you to check it out for yourself. Please don't take my word for it. Go type feminism in Google and go read some of this literature. And just, I mean, it's really a fucking astounding if you read between the lines here. And, you know, it's really fucking strange to me. Please take a look at it and consider my arguments. Don't just dismiss them offhand, please. If you are a feminist, please make a video response to this. I'd like to hear you clarify your positions on these things. Correct me if I'm wrong, even though I'm pretty sure I'm not. Yeah, I guess that's all. So, amazing atheist. Peace the fuck